Hello guys! So today we're going to work with the area of a circle. We have been working with the definition of a circle, with the definition of circumference, what is a radius, what is a diameter, and now we're going to work with the area of the circles. So let's see that. We're going to read that. The formula for finding the area of a circle is area equal pi times r squared. Remember that r is radius. Using 4 pi, 3.14 or 22/7. If the diameter is given, remember to divide it by 2 to find the radius. Remember that the diameter holds 2 radius. Radio makes a diameter, and we only need 1 diameter. Okay guys, so I will leave that for a moment and you will copy before start making exercises and examples. Okay, we're going to solve that example. Having there a circle with a radius of 12 millimeters, and we need to find its area. The area is all the things, holes or inside the circle, all of this space. So which formula we're going to use? We already have it here, so we're going to start writing it here to find the area. Okay, so area will be equal to half pi. So pi will be the number 3.14, and we're going to multiply by the radius to the square. So we're going to have here 12 squared. Now what does that mean? That square there, that represent 12 times 12, 2 times 12. So the area will be equal to 3.14 times 12 times 12, like that. Now we're going to start solving the multiplication of 12 times 12, this. So we write down the value of pi, that is 3.14 times, and we're going to multiply 12 times 12. If you solve that, you will get 144. So we're going to write here 144. 12 times 12 is equal to half, 144. Now we're having that expression there, and we're going to multiply it. So area will be equal to, and now we're going to multiply 3.14 times 144, and we're going to have this number there. But how many decimals do we have on our pi? We're having 2 decimals, so we're going to count 1, 2, and we're going to place there our decimal point. So our answer will be the area equal 452.16 millimeters, and we're going to add the square like that, because when we talk about areas, we represent those units and unit square. So millimeter square. Okay, now let's work with the second example. We're having there a circle with, and this time is a diameter. So we need to find its area, but first of all we're going to change the diameter that we have as a data into the radius. So if our diameter is 6, our radius will be the half of 6 centimeters. In this case The half of 6, sorry, is 3 centimeters. So we're going to use it, those 3 centimeters, as our data to work for the area. So we're going to start. We're going to write here area. The value of pi, that will be 3.14 times the radio, that is 3 squared. That means that we're going to have 3 twice. So area will be equal to have 3.14 times 3 times 3, like that. Remember that this number 2 is represented in that way. Okay, so area will be equal to have 3.14 times 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, that comes from this part. 3 times 3 is 9, all that. And now what we're going to do, we're going to multiply 3.14 times 9. So what will be our solution there? 28, 26. But we're having there 2 decimals, so we're going to copy those 2 decimals in our solution. So 1, 2, we're having there the decimal point, and our unit is centimeters, so we're going to write here centimeters squared. Having that our area is 28.6 centimeters squared for this circle. The next example is having a circle with a radius of 4 centimeters, so we're going to find its area. Okay, we start writing here area equal the value of pi that we have been using, 3.14. So we're going to write here 3.14 times radius, and our radius here is 4. So we're going to write 4 squared. Now the next step will be write area equal, again, 3.14 times 4 squared is 4 times 4. Again, area equal 3.14 times 4 times 4 is 16. Like that. It's not 8, is 16. Okay, the next one will be area equal, so we're going to multiply 3.14 times 16, and that will be equal to have 50 and 24. We're having there 2 decimals, so we're going to write the decimal point here. So our solution will have the unit centimeter square, having at the end that the area is 50.24 centimeters squared. Okay, now let's go to the next example. In this example, we're having a radius of 8 millimeters, so we're going to apply the same procedure that we have been applying. That means that area will be equal to pi, that is 3.14, times the radius, that is 8, so this will be 8 squared. Now area is equal to 3.14 times 8 times 8. Okay, this 8 squared represent 8 times 8. No 8 times 2. No, it's 8 times 8. Now area is equal to 3.14. We solve that multiplication, that is 64, and now we're going to solve the multiplication of 3.14 times 64. Area will be equal to half the product of those numbers. So we're going to have this, and we're going to place the decimal point 2 units from right to left. So here we're going to have the decimal point having at the end this number, our solution, that will be an area equal 200.96 millimeters squared. For this example, we are having instead the radius diameter, and our diameter here is 9 centimeters. So before I start any procedure, we're going to find the radius. The radius here will be the half of 9, that is 4.5 centimeters. So we're going to start writing here our formula. Area equal to the value of pi, that is 3.13, times the radius, that is 4.5 square. Now we're going to have here area equal to 3.14 times 4.5 times 4.5. There is it. Using a calculator, we're going to find the value of 4.5 times 4.5. So we're going to have here 3.14, and the product of that is 20.25. Now we're going to solve that. 3.14 times 20.25. So we're going to start writing here area, and using a calculator we're going to find the result of that multiplication. That will be 63.58 centimeters square, like that. For that example, we're going to change our diameter to find our radius. If that diameter is 12, the radius will be 6 centimeters. Now, knowing that, we are able to start working for the area, and the area will be pi, that is 3.14, times the radius, that is 6. So we're going to have here 6 square. We're going to change that square into the numbers. That will be 6 times 6. Now area will be equal to have 3.14 times 6 times 6 is 36. And now we're going to solve that product. You can use a calculator to find 3.14 times 36. Will be equal to have 113.04 centimeters square. And there is it. We're going to solve that we're going to solve that example, but this time instead using 3.14 we're going to use 22/7. So here we're having a diameter, so that means that we need to change or we need to divide that to find the radius. That will be 5 centimeters. Now we're going to start writing our procedure as area equals 22/7 times the radius, that is 5 to the square. Area will be equal to 22/7 times 5 times 5. Remember that this 5 square is 5 times 5. Will be written in this way, having the double number. Now we're going to have here area equal 22/7 times 5 times 5 is 25. And now what we're going to do, we're going to multiply just the 22 times the 25. because we can't divide 25 by 7. So 22 times 25 will be equal to, you can do it with a calculator, 550. So we're going to write here 550 over 7 centimeters squared. So we're going to write here centimeters squared, like that. We can't simplify that because our numerator ends on 0 and the denominator is 7, so they don't have a common divisor. The next example is having as diameter 6 centimeters, so we're going to divide 6 by 2 to get the radius. That means that the radius will be 3 centimeters. Knowing that, you're able to start finding the formula or the area. So area will be equal to half 22 over 7 times the radius, that is 3. So we're going to have here 3 squared. Now area will be equal to half our 22 over 7 times 3 times 3. Remember that having 3 squared is the same to have 3 times 3. So area will be equal to half 22 over 7 times 3 times 3 is 9. Now we're going to multiply just the numerator with the 9. So we're going to say 22 times 9 is equal to, you can do that with a calculator, 198. So we're going to write here 198 divided by 7. And can you divide that just to prove? It is possible to divide 198 by 7 to get an exact value? No, but we get 28.28. So in this case, we're going to divide that to get here 28.28 centimeter squared. So you can have both the fraction or the decimal solution as your answer.